Welcome back to It's a Legit Holiday. Today, we are going to check out the historic Boulder Dam Hotel and Museum.
Yeah, so come get lost with us.
In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart.
Welcome back to Legit Holidays. A part of our celebration is recognizing the people in our community and around the world that do amazing work. And today we are going to be talking about
Autism Speaks. It's an organization that is enhancing the lives today and accelerating a spectrum of solutions for tomorrow. Autism Speaks is dedicated to promoting solutions across the spectrum and throughout the lifespan for the needs of individuals with autism and their families. They complete their mission through advocacy, support, increasing understanding and acceptance of people with autism, and advancing research into the causes and better interventions for autism spectrum disorders.
Make sure you guys check out the comments below where we'll have a link where you guys can donate directly, and as well as a link for you guys to check out their organization and maybe what they may be doing in your local community. So let's get to the video.
All right, everybody, be the change you want to see in the world. Heart BC, which is Boulder City. All right, so here's the Boulder Dam Museum Gallery. There's their historic sign. So this is a functioning hotel in case you did want to actually stay here, but the museums and shops are off to the left.
I would stay here.
So it's also the headquarters of the Dam Short Film Festival. It looks like they have a podcast studio in there, folks.
And it looks like their next short film festival will be February 16th to the 20th next year.
Oh, what?
Maybe.
The Dam Short Festival, everybody. Check out this huge mural that's on the wall as you walk down the way. I wonder who that guy's supposed to be. He seems to be interested in us. The 31st Education Outreach. So these are interactive exhibits to basically educate on the Boulder City and Hoover Dam. There's some papers in the window. Bighorn sheep. He's kind of dark in there if you can see him. They have like a little setup in this room too. Well, so if you're doing the art walking tour, there's actually pieces inside the museum that's on the art walking tour. Mm-hmm. Interesting. I thought it was all outside. Guess not. There's a guy in the dark room developing something. He was a photographer. His name is Bernard Glala. Oh, I butchered that one. The Boulder City cool. Museum.
We actually went to the Hoover Dam last year. Granted, they had not opened tours back up yet, but if you guys are interested in seeing that video, definitely check it out. And remember, there's no bodies buried in the dam.
We built Hoover Dam. So one of the pieces of the museum talks about how the crash of the stock market, the Great Depression, is one of the reasons why people actually came to work here, because they didn't have any other options. Interesting how that works.
I also think they provided housing for them as well.
Yeah, they're called company towns.
Sometimes you feel like you couldn't get your breath.
Company towns are basically when the company owns everything from the home to the stores, and they allow the workers to live there. Of course, it gets problems if they ever have issues with anything, they just kick them out. So.
Also talks about the Dust Bowl too.
Because you just couldn't sleep.
Right, then more about the Great Depression. We just want jobs.
Here's the thing. History always repeats itself, and I just can't help but think that we're heading in the direction of something like this again.
Boulder Dam or bust. Can you imagine taking a car from like New York City back in the day to here, and just the stuff rattling in the car? The car only able to go like what, like 30 more miles per hour, maybe 50, and that's like maxing it out.
We've done that drive. I can't imagine doing it 100 years ago.
Right? Boulder Dam, it's a deadly desert.
There were no houses. Boulder City was still months away from being built. It was a squatter's town.
We went to bed and we got up the next morning. I looked out and right down there it was.
So there's like an audio track playing in the background that you might hear over the mics. It's just like one of those museum things. Summer temperatures often hit more than 100 degrees.
You
Everything in the back,
tablets.
and their cars that broke down before they got here.
So apparently this was a sign that was outside Boulder City when it first started, because it was originally known as the Boulder Canyon Project Federal Reservation.
Federal Rangers maintain the law and order. I think you still have to have like you have to go through the military checkpoint.
To get to the actual dam, yes.
That's cool.
There's
They
a
used to
visitor
have
stamp.
they used to have paper.
Yeah. They no longer do, but apparently there's a stamp you could do for your Federal Reservation 24-hour visitor pass and scavenger hunt.
That's pretty neat.
All right, my favorite thing to play with. TNT. It's
Dynamite.
Franklin T. Crow was the superintendent, 25 years, wow.
Damn, he was probably a hard ass. He was probably not a nice man.
I was wild to build this dam. I had spent my life in the river bottoms, and Hoover meant a wonderful climax. Giggity. The biggest dam ever built by anyone anywhere. So to get rid of the squatters, they set up basically checkpoints that you had to stop at, and you would need a pass to be able to enter Boulder City. Nice. Gotta love how they do that. All the people that lived there before were just pushed out. Yeah, I can't imagine back then all the dynamite, how unstable dynamite actually is, especially back then. And they had high voltage lines, heat, the bouncing of the trucks to get it there, and the trains.
So if you were a nipper,
Yeah.
what kind of job do you think a nipper does? Let's find out. I work beside the miner, keeping him supplied with drilling steel and dynamite. If I don't jump fast enough, he'll blister my ears.
Well, that sounds fun.
Wonderful working environment.
A
Juicer. After the tunnel face has been stuffed with dynamite and the crew has got safely outside, I'm the guy who sets off the blast.
I want to be the juicer. That sounds fun.
Scaler. I'm the guy who uses a pry bar to knock loose rocks off high tunnel walls. They say only two kinds of men do this, the quick and the dead. Okay, well, you know.
All right, let's check out Mucker.
Mucker is that they clean the loose rock and mud out of the tunnel after the blast using a short-handled shovel called a banjo. Spend hours up to my waist in mud for $4 a day.
Seems about like federal minimum wage at this point.
Right?
Here's some cool pictures of the different
Stages, yeah. This is the part that I would not want to do.
The Joys, they had a strike because they were getting paid so poorly.
And they began to die.
140 degrees. Mr. Crow from earlier rejected all their demands, denying the problem existed. Wow, I've never seen that. Did he offer them a pizza party?
He actually ordered a wage cut
Yeah.
on the muckers. And the muckers are the ones who cleaned in the muck. That's why they're called muckers. That just made full circle there.
Yeah. Check out this big area. They call it bars, bits, and banjos, but like that's basically what the Hoover Dam looked like. 5,000 men in a 4,000-foot canyon. You really have to check out our video of the Hoover Dam, especially from the bridge. It's really amazing seeing it.
Okay, so that sign says some high scalers tried to see how far out from the canyon wall they could swing, like trapeze artists. Others saw high scaling as no worse than anything else. At least you were sitting down. So they were crazy. Crazy. I think you have to be crazy to do that to begin with, but
This is their exhibit for minorities at the Hoover Dam. It's literally one piece of paper. One thing, I should say. Apparently they wanted to limit Hoover Dam employment to white American citizens. Fun. Interesting that a Japanese-American farmer, Yonima Bill Tomiyashu, grew most of the food for them. That's fascinating.
Oh, here we go. Who's buried in the dam?
So here's an interesting display. It said that a pebble falling 1,000 feet will basically kill a person. That's crazy dangerous. Crazy dangerous. And it shows the different hats too. So the first one's like a felt hat, and then they moved to like a homemade helmet. Smart, they made their own. Hard hat. There's the one that was used on the Hoover Dam Project, it says. There's aluminum, and then there's the modern plastic of today.
Okay, so when we went to the actual Boulder City, they would say nobody is buried in the concrete.
The Hoover Dam, the actual Hoover Dam.
Yeah, the actual Hoover Dam, right? And this was like over and over and over again. But I think this is the play on words. No worker was buried alive. Okay? I think accidents happen and perhaps they were dead.
And according to the above quote, if people did die, the lead guy would make them actually use their picks to get them out of the dam. That's why they claim there's nothing there.
We'll see. I don't know.
Interesting. So engineer figured that if they set all the concrete at the same time, it would take 125 years for that concrete to cool. That's why they do it in the pieces. Good story about company housing. She said a sneeze would blow a hole in the wall, and the ceilings often didn't meet the walls, so the wind would just go right through. So basically it was just an open shed. Here's some of the materials they had.
Some of the cooking utensils. It's a little dark in that closet, but
Yeah, you can kind of see the bottom ones.
you can also see the dirt that's blown in. I think that's what they were trying. And I'm going to be honest with you, our house does this.
Yep.
Like, we get like little layers of dust, especially when our windows are open. They were called dingbat houses. And it took
Okay,
two
basically.
men about 12 hours to erect each house.
It's basically row housing. $725 to build each house. Carpenter said it was more like $140, so they were laundering money as well.
Yeah,
according to the
yes, they
carpenters.
were. They were taking advantage of people.
And look at that, they had a washing machine, 2 hours for 15 cents, and this is the washing machine, y'all.
That hasn't changed, by the way. They still charge you astronaut. 15 cents for 2 hours is probably a lot of money back then.
Probably, since they got $4 a day. And of course they had a company store, they of course had a church, because you gotta have a church. So this guy was the enforcer, his name is Ray Wilbur. Interesting story that if someone beat their wife, he would kick the guy off the reservation, so they'd have to go. But of course the wife would have to go too, so it wasn't really that useful for anybody, because she couldn't stay there without a job, of course. America.
Only American citizens could work on the project.
Yeah. Then they do have some kids too down here. We got some, ooh, look at that tarry looking outfit.
It's a tar baby.
Yeah, they dropped in tar. The clothes got in tar. Gasoline bath. The kid took a gasoline bath to get all the tar off their skin.
That's crazy.
And they did have a school here too.
The original plans had not included a school. But as a federal reservation, the town was exempt from state taxes, so Nevada hesitated to provide funding. At first, parents had to make do with determination and scrap lumber. Finally, the Nevada Congressional Delegation and the Interior Department committed $70,000, and in May of 1932, the ground was broken for an 8-room brick schoolhouse, and the parents paid $150 a week for one child.
And imagine too, like they actually had a company. So this is federal land. They let a company come in and build those dingbat houses, and didn't do anything. They didn't charge them for that, and then they got to charge the people to rent them. And then they built a school, and the state had to build the school, and then the people had to pay to go there. America, y'all. America.
It's crazy. They
Here's
got
some desk, too. Some old school, like, sitting in desk.
Which I don't understand. Why is the table behind? Would they, like, stand and work? And then when they were being lectured, they would sit?
I don't know. Let us know in the comments below what you think. So it's kind of a neat tidbit. I guess famous people used to come and actually watch the dam being built. So they said, like, dozens of Hollywood stars. Shirley
Yeah.
Temple, Will Rogers. And Will Rogers would actually come to the Boulder City Theater, which they claim was safer than anything in Las Vegas at the time.
Viva!
Laurel and Hardy. So apparently the hotel was built in 1933, and until World War II, it actually housed a bunch of dignitaries and stuff. So people from all over the globe would actually come here and check out, I guess, the Hoover Dam, which kind of makes sense as big as it was and the undertaking it took. So here's some different types of houses that were built here. Some interesting one. There's an interesting little like corn building that was a drugstore, visitor bureau, Bank of Nevada. 6 company houses. That's what the company houses look like. In 1932. And 33, privately owned cottage or leased lot. Babcock Company, 4 family apartments. Oh, those look wonderful. Boulder City District looking north along Nevada Way. 6 company houses. So that's how they built them, basically row houses. Pretty interesting. So in case you're wondering, they do have a rotating exhibit that sort of comes. This is their rotating exhibit this month. What's it about, Nacy?
It is just different, like, articles from, like, the newspaper, it looks like. Honestly, I don't see, like, a consistent theme. But for the most part, it looks like it's about, like, food. Because, like, this is talking about, like, the Central Market. And then this is, like, their Thanksgiving specials. Okay, so if anybody wants to know how much butter has gone up, because I've seen this all over, butter was 33 cents a pound. I think it's, like, $7 now.
Mm-hmm. America.
Cranberry sauce, 2 for $23. Turkeys. I think it's somewhere around like 25 cents a pound, somewhere around there.
Yeah, there's some Central Market stuff. There's another restaurant called the Green Hut Calf. There's a woman running for election. And then just some buildings as usual.
I know they didn't want to have gambling in Boulder City because they felt that Las Vegas covered that. And they didn't want all of that to be in their city.
Thanksgiving dinner, $1. $1.
And it came with fresh shrimp cocktail or chilled tomato juice. Okay. A holiday salad. Came with a tom turkey, which I don't know what. I think that's what, like, male turkeys are called.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, this looks like a decent menu for $1.
I mean, if you only made $4 a day, that's 25% of your daily income.
I could be a millionaire if I learned how to go back in time.
So this is the last area of the museum. It's kind of small. It's got like 4 rooms, but it's definitely worth checking out. It is free. And the Boulder Dam Hotel is pretty cool. So, some more cool shots. Got some really nice pictures in here of the building of the dam. Oof, a little bit backlight there, sorry. The lighting is not the best in this last room. So here's the lobby for the hotel, in case you're kind of wondering. Pretty neat. Very bright. And they actually have a bus tour that stops here.
In 1929, this is what Fremont Street looked like.
That's so cool. Gateway to the Boulder Dam. Can you imagine? That's what Las Vegas used to be known for.
Yeah. In anticipation of a visit from the federal government, the city fathers put up the welcome banner declaring Las Vegas as the gateway to the dam, yet to start construction. They also closed all the gambling halls, liquor establishments, and brothels in an effort to convince the visiting party that Las Vegas was a suitable place to house thousands of men that would needed to build Boulder Dam. It wasn't successful. Instead, the Secretary of Interior chose to build his own town, Boulder City, which would become the first master planned city in the United States. So that was really cool. The museum that's inside the hotel is free. And I have to say, for a free museum, we spent about 30 minutes in there walking around, looking at everything.
Yeah, they've got a lot of nice artwork, a lot of nice pictures of the dam being built. It's definitely worth a check out if you're in this area and looking around.
Agreed, 100%. And it's kind of cool to just kind of sit in the lobby and just kind of take in the ambiance, because it has a very, very nice welcoming sitting room as well. And there is a restaurant and a lounge inside the hotel. So maybe one day we'll come back and we'll try that.
And you can actually stay here. So it's like 20 some odd rooms that they have available at the actual hotel still.
So if you guys want to see us come back here and stay here, eat here, do all the things here, let us know in the comments below, because we will definitely put that on our to-do list for 2023 if you guys are interested.
Yeah, and don't forget to like this video.
Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button.
And ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come get you for the next one, which is tomorrow, because it's legit holiday.
Ain't that the truth, Baby Ruth?
Bye, everybody.
So thanks guys for coming and hanging out with us today for Legit Holiday. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode for you guys to enjoy. Make sure you guys check out the comments below so you guys can follow the links for all of the organizations that we're following this month. And we will see you guys back here tomorrow. So make sure you guys like the video.
Hit that subscribe button.
And ring the notification bell.
So you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we'll come get you in the next.